Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Solomon's Level X, and we're back here in Pokemon Masters to view the new sync grid for Wally and Gallade. So, they were the Pokemon Masters Day unit to get a grid expansion this month, and they gained some decent stuff, but overall, I don't think they changed too much to make much of a difference. They got Speedster Sync 5, so extra 50% sync move damage, which is definitely good. They got the attack plus 20 and special attack plus 20 nodes completely for free. They've still had ramming speed and stuff like that. They got HP plus 50. Here I come, ferocious moves 9, so now they're able to buff their attack and special attack by 2 instead of just 1 if you choose to, pick it up. And then they have critical eye 2 on their dire hit, so now they're able to get their crit to plus 3 in 1 turn, which is actually pretty valuable, but is only if you really want to pick it up. They have status quo on close combat. They have some other stuff here, but I think it's mostly just stuff they already had, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. So I picked up this grid where we have the sync nodes, Cakewalk, Ramming Speed, Crit Strike 1, and then Speedster Sync 5. And one of his biggest issues I think he's going to be having, oh my gosh, is the fact that Cynthia over here is really hard to, it's very difficult to get, Head Start 1, or, get, Fighting Zone up while you're syncing. So that's going to be a problem unless you have, Head Start 1 again, as I stated, or, Adrenaline or something like that on, multiple units, or just some form of, sync countdown. But then you also got to consider Wally here also needs speed debuffs. So you got to consider you need a way to max, or, really buff Wally's speed. You need a way to debuff the enemy's speed. And you need a way to, make Cynthia's Fighting Zone last, which I don't think there's really a team composition where you're able to do that. At least I can't think of it. I still have Nita here for some reason. So I guess we're going to focus on a physical setup here. So Nita's able to get him to +4 attack and speed, which is nice, I suppose. But honestly, I don't think it makes a major difference. It's really not going to help him out too much. But we're just going to see how it does. We're just going to hope that it does nice. So let's just go for these buffs, see what we can do. Hopefully it works out in our favor. Why do they keep flinching me? I'm not kidding. I tried this earlier and they flinched me as well. So I don't know why I keep getting this. I can't manage this. Okay, we're just gonna restart because I hate that. It happened twice where I got flinched. I tried doing this once before and I got flinched on accident and I had to change some stuff, so I just kind of reset the entire recording. But now they did the same thing again. And there's also no Fighting Week stage this week, so I can't even reliably, showcase that. So, I just kind of have to deal with what I've got right here. Hope that I don't get flinched, which I thankfully didn't. But they're probably going to flinch me there on that waterfall. So, it probably doesn't matter. Am I going to get flinched? I'm not going to get flinched, but Fighting Zone is probably not even going to last, so it probably doesn't even matter. So, -5 speed, see what his sync move can put up here, and then we'll go for a Bulldoze, I guess, sure. Yeah, Fighting Zone doesn't last. That's the biggest problem we've got. So, Speedster sync 5, make a difference? Not really, but hey, it's something. We got a critical hit rate up, that's nice. So let's see what we can do here with Cynthia's physical moves and special moves next. Keep debuffing their speed, because, why not? And we'll just keep using close combat here with Wally. Then we'll take him over into, a legendary arena, see how we can do there. As you can see, Wally's not really doing too much crazy stuff here. So, alright, so we're over here and we're actually able to buff Wally's special attack, but you can also see the problem with this team composition is that you're no longer able to buff Wally's speed. So, if you're running Fighting Zone with Wally, you basically have to either go for, speed and special attack buffs, or you have to go for, special defense debuffs, and you still might not even get Fighting Zone. So, what are you supposed to do with this guy, realistically speaking? How are you supposed to manage trying to get speed debuffs, manage Fighting Zone to stay up, and have special attack buffs and crit buffs all at the same time? You want the short answer? You're not. That's just not going to happen. Study Buddy, sure. And then we'll just, I guess, go for Wally's Trainer move or something like that. Or Focus Blast, I mean. Because I don't know. I mean, what else am I supposed to do? This guy doesn't really... He's really not changed, at all. I've gotten full strength parameters here, by the way, just so you can, see how that goes. So, +4 speed, +4 special attack. Nothing's changed. He's still doing what he was able to do before, which admittedly wasn't that much, but, he wasn't, absolutely horrible, but it just hasn't changed. It literally just hasn't changed, and that's all you can say. So... Use Cynthia's sync move, keep Fighting Zone up, Somehow she was able to sink and Fighting Zone was able to stay up, but whatever. I guess they just get that for free. So because when I try to do it, it doesn't work. But apparently when they do it, or whenever I need Wally's move. Well, whenever I need the Fighting Zone to stay up on a sync move, it just doesn't. And then I get flinched. And this is how this showcase is gonna go, huh? We get to see a shitty Wally, and then we get to see me get absolutely screwed over. Great sync move. You have fun there. We live, surprisingly. I didn't even mean to go for wide guard. There we go. Sync move. Nice. Let's go for a potion on Wally just to make sure he lives. And then let's miss the Focus Blast. I was surprised I didn't get flinched on a friggin' attack that can't even flinch me. I just want to see how much this Focus Blast does. Can you just actually land your fucking move? Thank you. You did it. 4,000. Wow. Not impressive whatsoever. It's crazy. And there goes Umbreon. As you can tell, this guy did not benefit much at all from his grid, just due to the fact that like his kit was built completely wonky, especially in relation to how bad Signature Aura Cynthia is when it comes to actually retaining Fighting Zone for sync move users. The thing about like Signature Aura Cynthia's Fighting Zone is like it's not bad, but it completely limits like all fighting types to have to like need sync countdown. With Diantha, you're fine because a lot of her multipliers she can activate herself. I forget a lot of her multipliers, but they have to do with I think debuffing, which she, as you can see, does. So you're able to bring like Signature, so you're able to get that sync countdown in. And, use her sync move. And then you got B here, who's able to activate all of her multipliers, which is just, ramming inertia. Like, she can activate her inertia and buff her own attack by herself, and you can bring, again, Signature, Classic Red, whatever, apply sync countdown. Wally, you can't do that. Let's go take him into a Legendary Arena, I guess. I'll probably just keep the same team, because literally, it doesn't matter. Because Wally's gonna suck ass either way. He's basically just gonna be he's not gonna suck. He's not horrible. He never was horrible to begin with, but like, he didn't change, and that's quite upsetting, I would say. Because like, you want a unit to like gain a good buff, and he did. He gained a buff, but it doesn't matter. Just kind of due to how Fighting Zone works in this game, due to the unit, and also the fact that like, he kind of just wants weird multipliers that you can't really build a team for. If we get another Fighting Zone, or like another character that can apply Fighting Zone, I think it'll help out a lot more. As it stands, we don't really have that though, so you can't really say much about that. We can't really have that idea. But let's just see how much this Focus Blast is able to do here with Fighting Zone against Tapu Bulu. We got max speed, we'll have max special attack. Let's go for a Buddy Aura Sphere there for some extra damage, and we'll see how it goes. The legendary arenas aren't too bad when it comes to actually clearing them, so obviously this isn't. If I could land Focus Blast, you might want to go for his trainer move at least once, just so you can have an accuracy buff, because otherwise you're just going to be dealing with what I dealt with, where you're going to be stuck missing Focus Blast because they just don't want to land it. But thankfully his trainer move in base already does buff accuracy, so that's fine. Let's go for that. Then we'll go for an Ancient Power or something, I guess. Apply Buddy Aura Sphere again, and then we'll go for Buddy Aura apply I don't even know what I'm thinking of. It's too late for this. Fighting Zone, and then use Buddy Aura Sphere again. See what this Focus Blast is able to do here with what? 3 sync buffs. Focus Blast, 10,000 damage off type against a Legendary Arena. Not bad. I mean, if you want to use Wally and Elisa, why did I call Cynthia Elisa? If you want to use Cynthia and Wally for like a clear in the Legendary Gauntlet, then go for it. They work just fine together. Nothing really you can say about it. Keep applying Fighting Zone. If we get like a support or like a debuffing tech unit with Fighting Zone in like the future, then I think Wally's probably going to have a pretty good upgrade in that, because you'll have more consistent Fighting Zone. You'll have obviously your speed debuffs, you'll have everything that you need to really have a good unit there. So that's good. But we're basically just seeing everything about Wally here. He's just going to be spamming Focus Blast for the most part, because you're not going to be really ever syncing with him. And honestly, his Focus Blast DPS is just better than his close combat, in my opinion. Because even though the special attack is lower, Focus Blast's base power is already higher than is already higher than close combat, so they about equal out in that aspect. I guess we'll try to finish him off with like a sync move or something. It's not really going to do anything special because we're kind of... it's not going to do anything, so it doesn't really matter, but whatever. So no speed debuffs, race speed, so we got the speedster sync in there, and we got crit strike 1 of course. 7 sync buffs, see, 7,000 damage with a crit. 7,000 damage. 7,000 damage sync move. Great. And he's also got the bonus of being, you know, a mega sync pair, so like his base power of his sync move is already lowered. I know this video seemed very, very weird probably for a lot of people because like it doesn't really showcase Wally in an amazing spot, but there's also no Fighting Week stage. I'll use him next Fighting Week, see how he does. Probably won't be able to build any good team for him because you're either going to be focusing on a DPS grid with like crit strike and ramming speed, or you're going to be focusing on a sync grid. But I wouldn't even recommend focusing on a sync grid, even though it was all he got as an upgrade was to his sync move and his like ability to buff himself. That's literally it. So like he didn't change much. He still has the same DPS he had. He got a little bit better on the sync move, but it doesn't matter because Fighting Zone is too hard to apply. That sums up how Wally works here. So I think I'm going to conclude it for this video, guys. Sorry about the weird and probably short video, but I hope you all enjoyed nonetheless. The other videos should be better than this, but hey, what can I do? But I'll see you all later. Hope you all enjoyed.